Good morning, viewers and listeners at home. Welcome to your darling program, Inside the Paper Review. Newspaper review. Here with me, I have the Punch newspaper and the headline story here with me in the Punch newspaper. Cabinet shake-up and Tinubu demand for 6 ministers fresh resources as lobby begins. Federal government raises corps members' monthly allowance to 77,000 naira and strike threat now urges federal government to meet ASU demand. Now the story in details. Cabinet shake-up Tinubu demand for 6 ministers fresh surcars as lobby begins. Ahead of planned cabinet shake-up by President Bola Tinubu, several ministers and their political godfathers have intensified lobbying to retain their position, the Punch has learned. The presidency on Wednesday stated that the President Tinubu would soon rejig his cabinet, which confirmed Sunday Punch September 1 and reported that a cabinet shake-up was imminent. This happened as presidential aides and said the Punch that some ministers have started flirting lobbying to be in the president's good books. Our correspondent learned that some ministers who are afraid of being dropped from the federal cabinet and the godfathers have intensified lobbying and seeking the intervention of president's allies and associations, including the chiefs of staff, first Bamijala for soft landing. Cabinet shake-up, Tinubu demanded for 6 ministers fresh scorecards as lobby begins. The full details of this story is in Punch newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Punch newspaper. Federal government raises corps members' monthly allowance to 77,000 naira. The federal government has approved the increase of corps members' monthly allowance to 77,000 naira with effect from July 2024. According to a statement signed by the NYC Acting Director of Information and Public Relations, Caroline Obul, on Wednesday, the approval was contained in a letter from the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission dated September 25, 2024, and signed by the chairman, Mr. Ekpom Ntan, in line with the announcement of the National Minimum Wage Act 2024. Before the increased corps members were paid a monthly allowance of 33,000 naira following an upward review of minimum wage of 30,000 naira in 2019. Punch Online reported that the President Bola Tinubu signed the new minimum wage bill into law on July 29, 2024. Federal government raised corps members' monthly allowance to 77,000 naira. The full details of this story is in Punch newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Punch newspaper. Africa must end raw materials exports and gold importation, says Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday said, extracting raw materials in Africa without processing locally is keeping the continent poor and underdeveloped. Tinubu made this observation while delivering his keynote address during the African Minerals Strategies Group meeting on the sidelines of the ongoing 79th session of the Visited Nations General Assembly in New York and United States of America. Represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, Tinubu argued that while Africa owns a significant portion of the world mineral reserves, including 92% of global platinum and 56% of cobalt and 55% of magnesium, these resources have been criminally extracted and exported to foreign countries for refining and manufacturing. In his address, African Natural Power Shaping the Futures, that the president explained that the stress had left the continent at the mercy of foreign markets and forcing it to purchase finished goods at minimum higher prices. And before we come back to the second edition of this program, if you'd like to watch us live and direct on our website, you can click on and follow us on our website on our live program. You can click on www.apnsv network on our website page. And likewise, we also have our social media. You can follow us on our social media. We have the Facebook, we have the YouTube, we have the Instagram, we have the Twitter. You can follow us on our Facebook and click on our shares and make sure you subscribe and like and comment. You can click on our Facebook, APNCV OSUN, and likewise on our YouTube, you can follow us and shares and like and comment and subscribe and click on APNCV Nigeria. And likewise also on our Twitter, you can follow us and click on APNCV OSUN. And lastly, on our Instagram, you can follow us and click on APNCV Nigeria. And before we come back to the second edition of this program, let's listen to what we have for you in our studio. We'll be right back.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Eastern Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich
Come back and
culture.
I hope we enjoy what we have for in our studio. Now to the second story of the Punch newspaper. Yaya Bello AFCC files fresh 110 billion naira fraud charges. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has filed fresh charges against the wanted former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, accusing him of 110 billion naira fraud. The EFCC had initially filed 19 charges against the former Kogi State governor along with his nephew Ali Bello, Dauda Salami, and Abdusalam Udu for money laundering offenses. Bello Umar Oricha and Abdusalami Udu were listed as first to third defendants in alongside other defendants was alleged to have brought a total of 12 houses in various locations in Abuja with the money. Also, the EFCC said Bello, Oricha, and Udu in 2023 in Abuja were having dominion over the state's treasury, and dishonesty used the total sum of 950,000 naira for the acquisition of property known as number 35 Dambe Street, Matania District, Abuja. Kekere Ekun wants judges against corruption after Senate's confirmation. The Senate on Wednesday screened and confirmed Justice Kekere Ekun as the substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, announced confirmation of Kekere Ekun during the plenary after she was cleared by voice votes. Kekere Ekun during the plenary after she was cleared by voice votes, the 67-year-old jurist became the 23rd substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria and the second female to occupy the office of Nigeria history. The new Chief Justice of Nigeria was screamed for almost 2 hours as lawmakers threw various questions at her, particularly on judiciary reforms. Kekere Ekun was thereafter cleared by the senators at the Committee of the Whole. The confirmation was pursuant to Section 231 of the 99th Constitution as amended. The Senate President thereafter congratulated the new Chief of Justice and urged her to uphold the integrity of the Nigeria judiciary. During her screening, Justice Kekere Ekun emphasized her from stance against corruption in the judiciary and stating that she would not tolerate any form of it. She read the rouse asked to judiciary officers and stressing that she would not tolerate corruptions, surveillance as party orders, and interim injunctions often granted by some judges. Kekere Ekun wants judges